Hey everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sean.
And we watch movies.
Yes, we do.
So today I'm talking about the South by Southwest Film Festival 2021. One of our favorite film festivals to attend.
It is true. It's a very good festival. There's always so much going on.
So much going on, so much to see. It is a great atmosphere. The people are wonderful. We always buy cowboy boots for our nephew Jack.
We do.
And our niece Ella. She's into cowboy boots now too. So this one is in Austin, Texas. So this time of year it's nice to get away from the Canadian winter and see a little bit of southern sunshine.
Yes, absolutely it is.
Good eats.
Very good eats. Ooh. Yep. Good food in Austin. Mm-hmm. Good, lots of stuff in Austin.
Yep.
It's a good city.
It is a nice city. And we're staying home this year.
Yeah, we won't be there.
Well, in fairness, very few people will be there. It is an online film festival, but that means you can possibly participate yourself from where you are.
So there is a silver lining.
There is. So I'm going to talk about some movies that I recommend you watch at the South by Southwest Film Festival. It does not start until this Tuesday, March 16th. But these are movies I've already seen at other film festivals this year, so I know they're good. The first one that comes with my stamp of approval is called Ninjababy, and yes, I watched it for the title alone. It is based on a graphic novel, and it has a bit of that flavor to it. So it's about a young woman named Rakel. She's played by Kristine Thorp. And, she's still trying to figure stuff out. She's a party girl. Her life's a hot mess right now, but,
Whose is it?
Of little consequence. Yeah. She's still figuring out whether she wants to be a park ranger or an astronaut or a comic book artist. But the one thing that's definitely not on her list is motherhood, which is why it's pretty inconvenient when she realizes she must be pregnant. So she has an awkward encounter with the one-night stand she figures must have impregnated her, because she starts taking his self-defense class and has some pretty salty flashbacks about their night together. So it's, a weird conversation being like, do you remember me? Remember that stuff we did? By the way, I'm pregnant. Can you bring me to my abortion? But anyways, that's her problem. She gets it done. But when she gets to the abortion clinic, they tell her, listen, lady, you're like 6.5 months pregnant. Too late for an abortion. So we find out that Mr. One Night Stand cannot have gotten her pregnant 6.5 months ago. So the baby must belong to a man we only know by the name of Dick Jesus. I'll let you decide for yourself why she would call him Dick Jesus. But you'll notice she does not call him Mr. Has His Life Together or would make great father material or even has a job. So, now she is 6.5 months pregnant. She's having this baby. Does she want to keep it? No. What are her options? How is she going to get rid of this? How does Dick Jesus come into play? How can she start a relationship with Mr. One Night Stand while pregnant with somebody else's baby? Can she possibly get her life together in time? There's lots of balls in the air, let's just say. And she starts illustrating a little fetus with almost a robber's sort of mask on, and that is Ninjababy. Ninjababy gets animated, so we get to see him too. And she has lots of good conversations with him. And Ninjababy has lots of opinions. Wow. Definitely has some suggestions, some complaints. So it's kind of neat to see pretty intimate conversations between a mother and unborn child when she doesn't want the baby. And he doesn't want to be killed. And she doesn't want Angelina Jolie to adopt him. She thinks rich parents will ruin him. Well, standard stuff like that, yeah. Anyway, so it's just an interesting movie. It is not, a straightforward kind of thing. It's sort of a weird, unique kind of strange vibing movie. Sometimes it's quite darkly funny. She is definitely not your usual protagonist. She's no Juno. She's like if it was Knocked Up and she was the Seth Rogen character and there is no other character. Everyone is the Seth Rogen character. Nobody's got their shit together. This is this kind of movie. So maybe not for everyone, but I thought it was really interesting. Director Yngvild Flikke. This one I saw at the Berlin Film Festival, but it will be playing at South by Southwest. Another one I think we both saw at Sundance is called R#J, or Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, that old thing.
So director Carey Williams thought it was high time for 2021 to get its own Romeo and Juliet adaptation. Camaron Engels plays Romeo, Francesca Noel plays Juliet. They're both extremely good and likable leads, but it's a fantastic young cast across the board. I really enjoyed them. And I think Williams has a new spin for Romeo and Juliet because he is using Shakespeare's words, but he has set it in present day. We've seen this kind of thing done before, but with the 2021 spin of all these Shakespeare words are going like on Instagram posts and viral videos. And they seem quite at home actually in that kind of universe. It's sort of easier to understand the feud in terms of sort of online bullying and
that's true.
People's reputations possibly being ruined in moments. Like, I thought it was actually a good setting for it.
We have come full circle in that way, you're right.
So I have to say, not everyone should reattempt Shakespeare, but Carey Williams pulls it off. I really liked the cast. I thought it was a good story. I'm excited about this one.
Are you looking at me for comment?
Well, you watched it.
I did watch it. It is like definitely so social media heavy. So it's interesting to watch as a result of that because half the stuff is not spoken. It's text.
It's very like
messages.
Screen heavy.
Yeah. It's tweets. It's just a bunch of stuff. So it is interesting how they adapted it. And as you said, it is its own thing.
So another one I saw at Sundance is called How It Ends. So I talked a little bit about this one before because the director, the co-director, co-writer, and star Zoe Lister-Jones. Love her to pieces. So I was gonna give this one a chance anyways. Her collaborator, Daryl Ween. We've seen stuff from these two, Mr. Lister before. With Nick Kroll in this one, Olivia Wilde, Fred Armisen, Lamorne Morris, lots of people popping up in this one. It is about the last day of Earth. Last day, end times stuff. So, the protagonist, played by Zoe Lister-Jones, has a party to get to. She's got a whole last day planned out. What would you do on your last day? How would you spend it? She's got some ideas. Originally was just gonna stay home and get high by herself, but things have changed and she's got a list now. And she's accompanied by her younger self. Ooh, that's unusual.
Yes, it is.
It is, So very interesting to see this younger self and herself, her present self, interacting. They're very supportive of each other. I loved seeing that. It was adorable. It made my heart warm. And of course, it's the apocalypse. So you get to deal with impending doom and mortality staring you right in the face and making amends with old friends and family members, and everybody comes out of the woodwork for this. So I thought it was really enjoyable and interesting. And I just love Zoe Lister-Jones.
Well, why not? It is a cute movie. It's rather light for a last day on Earth.
It's a comedy.
Also, everyone's really getting along, which is nice to see.
Yes, they do manage to have a pretty okay last day.
Yeah, no one flips out. They're all just like,
Fair.
okay, this is it, and we're just gonna make the best of it, and they do.
And they do. That is, you're right. That is probably not how it will go down in real life, but
no, but let's try. Let's try for that.
Yes, it is a good ambition to have. The next one we saw at Sundance is called Violation.
Oh yes.
So we talked about this one in our series of horror movies that we saw at Sundance because we saw some doozies there. And I can't wait for some of the Midnight Madness stuff from South by Southwest. This one included. So this one is about a woman who is raped by her own brother-in-law and exacts revenge. Whoo!
Yeah.
So
it's harsh.
Starring Madeline Sims-Fewer. She also co-directs with Dusty Mancinelli. It's interesting.
Yes.
It's a new, fresh revenge story. Yeah. Haven't seen one like this before.
No.
But it's graphic.
Yes.
In more ways than one. It's not just blood and gore graphic. Just so you know. But it's definitely memorable if you're into this kind of hardcore horror. And I mean, it's not even straight up horror. It is not somebody just chasing you around with a knife.
No. It's like
it's real life horror. And yeah, what happens when somebody takes revenge into her own hands?
This movie is like all about the realism. It is full on. It's gonna be just not letting go of that for the entire runtime.
That's right. Language lessons next on my list. So I just talked about this one at the Berlin Film Festival. It was one of my favorite movies there. Natalie Morales directs. It stars herself and Mark Duplass. They wrote this together. It's a platonic friendship that happens online over Spanish lessons. And it's really just a sweet, funny, but also sad because they're dealing with grief and loss. And, you know, they each have tragedies in their backgrounds, and yet sharing and opening up together, often in Spanish. They really get to know each other, and it's kind of really special to watch a friendship like be born right in front of you. And how does that happen? So I really like those two, and I really like this movie, Language Lessons. And so South by Southwest, we said it's not just movie screenings. They have a lot of other stuff going on. They do a lot of conferences. We've actually seen lots of really great in talks, in conversations with.
Yes, we have.
Over the years that we really enjoy.
Yeah, well, they've done a good job of setting it up where they will give you two people that you would like to see individually, and then they will interview each other. Yes. And it's a whole other dynamic.
That's true. We got to see, who was it? Nick Offerman and Nick Kroll.
The Knicks.
The Knicks have a conversation like that. We got to see Barry Jenkins.
Yep, Barry Jenkins was good. Just there himself, and he owned it.
He did.
He's a fascinating guy.
He sure is. We saw Mark Hamill and Ryan Johnson.
That's right. Yeah. So that was as not only The Last Jedi had just come out, but they also did a documentary together.
That's right, like a making of that movie, which was very good. So we've seen a lot of great talks. Natalie Morales and Mark Duplass are doing one of those great talks, a conversation with. So again, online. So if you're interested, you can check that out as well. And I'm sure I will be watching since I already love this movie. But another one I might want to check out is called Incorporating Choreography and Verse into Blind Spotting. Oh. So Blind Spotting is a movie I saw at South by Southwest several years ago now. It's Raphael Casal and David Diggs who are doing this conversation. And if you didn't know, they're making that movie into a series.
I did not know that.
Right. So that's what this talk is about.
That's
Not
very
about
cool.
the movie that's a bit
Yeah.
old now, but about the new series and how the series is going to have choreography and verse. So
Well, it kind of needs to after the movie did exactly that to
Yes.
such good effect.
So I am looking forward to that as well. But they have got so much cool stuff. The opening night film is Demi Lovato's new documentary, and so she'll be there. Lots of people slated. It's great lineup. You should check it out because there are still tickets available. And it's just such a fun film festival. So you might want to check it out. Of course, you'll be hearing from me because I'm going to not just watch these ones that I've already seen. I'm
You're
going to be
gonna watch a
watching new
bunch more.
movies. That's right. So I am looking forward to that, and I'll meet you back here to talk about them. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.